Okay, so what do you want to talk about? What about politics?
Well, yesterday you said you wanted to talk about Mr. Trump.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to talk about Mr. Trump. We need to talk about Miss Harris, too.
We
Yeah.
do need to talk about
The
Miss
VP.
Harris.
What y'all think about her? Now, I'm switching. I'm doing a flip.
You interviewing us now.
Tell me what you think about Miss Harris. You've already said this on some of your podcasts.
Did we ever talk about Miss Harris?
We may have mentioned her name, but I
Well,
don't think if we've given like a definite.
So she's a black woman or not, or what do you think? Like, what are your sincere thoughts about it?
I just think it's interesting that she chose to identify, like I think before she identified as Indian, which she's also, right? Like Indian from India.
But when she saw it was an advantage, then
I've seen even pictures in the past where she has, and pardon me, I'm not trying to be offensive, the red dot.
Oh,
Okay, what is that actually called? Okay, and I just don't know. So I'm not trying to be offensive, but the point is that I've seen pictures that indicate that she was raised as an Indian.
well, she was even raised kind of in that culture, you're saying.
Absolutely.
You're right. Well, it is.
Like
It's a tika.
What's it called?
Tika.
Okay, a tika. So my apologies, I didn't know what it was called. But generally speaking, I think that's even a little bit of evidence. Generally speaking, that wouldn't be something that's known in the black community. Like it's not something that is part of our culture. Which to the point, we just know respectfully, but that's in India. There's actually nothing wrong. What's wrong with being an Indian though?
Right.
What's wrong if that's Indian? If she's Indian, respectfully, Miss Harris, she's an Indian. And you said that you don't think she was identifying as black before?
It seems sudden that she started.
Sudden, like last 5 years, sudden?
Maybe since she became vice president or.
So you don't think she's black?
Yeah, I mean, I think technically
Okay.
she's black, but
I
don't know first. I don't. If she wasn't identifying as black, then how's she just gonna come up and all of a sudden start saying?
All of a sudden she's black. Okay, I understand. Well, Mr. Trump said that, and everybody was attacking. Like I shouldn't say everybody, but many people were attacking him because he said all of a sudden she turned black. And Mr. Trump, he just is kind of raw.
Anything.
Yeah, like he's raw with it. I actually don't think that he was trying to be insulting.
When he said that about her?
I don't. Now, obviously, it's my opinion. I don't know Mr. Trump, but I don't think he was trying to be insulting when he said that. I think he was being sincere. Now, he can be insulting, surely. And there probably are times when he is trying to be insulting. But I don't think...
For sure.
I actually don't think in that moment he was like, hey, I don't know. She became black all of a sudden. I didn't know she was black. And really... I don't say Mr. Trump is inarticulate. I think that would be foolish to say. He's articulate in his own way.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he could even explain what he meant to anybody's satisfaction. Because technically he could say, no, I know what black is. Now, I'm not saying I'm black, but he could flash some pictures like from back in the day. This is black. These are black people. These are people I'm with. I'm with these rappers. I'm with this community. Those I have understood to be black people. And all I'm saying is, I never knew her to be that when I was hanging out with the black people from the last 30 years or 40 years. And that is actually legitimate. Like they kind of castigated him for that, but that's really legitimate. What are you saying?
Well, how do you think the black community, like, do you feel like in general it accepts her, or they're pretty divided about it, or?
I would think everybody has their own little understanding of it. I think there are many black women and black men that would absolutely accept her as black. No problem. And then I think there's some that no, they would say absolutely not. So there would be this division, which I think is the point of politics.
Right, for sure.
Just simply to divide people, because to be very honest, there's a sense where it doesn't matter if she's black or not.
Right.
The issue that I feel, and I can't speak for everybody black, but the issue that I feel that black people would have with her claiming to be black, those that don't agree, is not so much I'm going to deny you whatever you are, not so much I'm going to disrespect who you are. It's just I know who we are, and I think you're using us to promote an agenda that has nothing to do with us. I think you're using us like we've been used continually in the country, and it's not even necessary. Just be an Indian or be whoever you are. And I think that's more the point. Whereas I think others that would say, oh yeah, black woman, first black woman. And I think in some sense there's an honest desire to have us, black people, find a measure of success and be thought of well, especially like if you're a woman, a black woman, we need something. Like as a community, like we'll take
Yes,
pride in
for
something.
sure.
Like we'll take
For
pride.
sure.
Hey, that's us. So I'm taking pride in that. So I think the desire or the acceptance can be born of something sincere, but this is one of the reasons why people that don't believe that she's African American have a problem with it. Because what you're doing is you're reaching into our people's psyche, our people's desires for good, and you're perverting that by presenting something that we internally, intrinsically, we actually want that. And you're basing your running your campaign on this. No, let that dog bark. That makes it more real.
Needs to be quiet.
No.
You can shut the door or
No,
whatever.
no, that actually makes it more real. Keep that. Keep that. Yeah, keep
the
that
dog.
in the tape. Everybody think, yeah, they're just people.
Yeah.
Dog
out there.
We in the house.
Dog out there barking.
We in the house.
Okay, yeah, let's keep that. But what I was saying is, I think that is one of the reasons why Black people, African Americans, and of course, I'm speaking generally, every African American would not accept what I'm saying right now. But there would be some that would. And one of the reasons why we would feel like it's more cruelty, what she's doing, is because we know that our community, our people, we really do desire something. We really do want to see us succeed. We really do want to see something and someone. I'm proud. Look at what we did. In the middle of all of what we've gone through, we have this accomplishment.
Yes.
And we'll be happy. But if she's, propagating herself to be that and she's not that, and she's kind of twisting and perverting in this scenario, twisting and perverting the emotions, the mentality of our people, and using that to gain money, to gain wealth, to gain support, and then project us as something that really our culture is not,
Yeah, like how she gonna represent?
then that is going to be a problem. And so
You think that's like the issue? I understood from what you're saying that she's claiming to be Black, but not to help the Black community, but more to use it. What did you mean by that?
Well, I would not be so cruel to Ms. Harris as to say she does not care about us. I don't know that that is fair. From a human perspective, I would have to say she does have some human care for us. You can hear some people say, she don't care nothing about us, okay? I don't think I would go that far. In terms of Black culture, I personally wouldn't believe that she has the ability to care for us as Black people need to be cared for, not being one of us. And it is a benefit to her to use the cultural superpower of Blackness in her campaign. That is a total benefit. It's actually a shrewd business move.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's like a gangster move. Really. I'm not saying it's good, but it's like a gangster move. It's like somebody saying, okay, you look like one of them, close enough, because there's
You're brown. I mean, we could look like anything.
Many, like the shades are many.
Right.
You look like one of them, close enough. It's actually a shrewd business move to say, okay, hey, I'm going to be one of them because they have some cultural, not financial, but we can get some money. We can get some money. Like, us being us can create money, just not for us, which is another problem why we're having a difficulty accepting that. But it is a shrewd business move for her to look and say, I'm going to use this cultural currency to raise money, to raise awareness. Actually, it's going to kind of make me, she's a 60-year-old woman, it's going to kind of make me appear cool with the young people. I'm going to make sure Gen Z knows I love Gen Z. And so it's actually a good business move. People that say she's not intelligent, I would differ. I would think she's immensely intelligent. So intelligent that she has gotten by with using a culture that is not hers to promote her agenda that really has no desire or no bearing on the Black community itself. Because really, should I keep talking?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We're learning.
Because really, Black people, let me tell you something about Black people.
Black people.
In some ways, in some ways, now, and when I say let me tell you something about Black people, there's always going to be a Black person because this is what we do. You ain't talking about me here. Okay, I understand. I'm only talking about who I'm talking about. Like, honestly, I would give somebody the respect to say, that man, I don't like how he looks, I don't like how he sounds, he ain't talking about me and I'm Black. I respect that fully. So I'm not pretending to speak for every Black man or woman. But there is a demographic that's leaning in right now. Like there's a demographic of Black people. It's like, okay, go ahead, talk. Okay. What I'm saying, Black people There's an argument that we have never actually had a black president.
I've heard about that.
Okay.
I've
like
heard
Now,
about that.
Obama.
I want to tell you something. All respect to Mr. Obama. To be very honest, I like him. I like Mr. Obama. I go farther. I love Mr. Obama. I think he's dignified. I think in terms of the political characteristics, what is proper, his eloquence. Even they say he got somebody said he had swag. Hey,
Presidential swag. I don't know.
no problem. I actually like him. I respect his wife. First of all, I would say they are black people. I would say Miss Obama is for real black people.
Yeah.
She probably smells like cocoa butter.
That's good.
Like she's
looks like she does.
I'm not trying to be full of shit. Like she's somebody's anti-black. Okay. Now I would say Mr. Obama's black, but yes, back to what I'm saying. There's a demographic in the black community, a real black president. It's not gonna be somebody in there that just likes shooting basketball. A real black president is gonna say, okay, I am black, I'm in the office. What can I do specifically for black people? And I can do that without marginalizing anyone else.
Right.
Because that is not really our culture. If anybody in the world can forgive, black Americans know how to forgive. So I think one of the tests to a lot of people, again, not everyone, but to a large demographic of black people, one of the tests of your blackness, I'm black. No, black card. I'm not talking about black card. I'm talking about the desire for the uplifting of specifically my people when I'm in the position to do so. And I'll stand in front of God and man and Congress and beast and everybody else. And I'll talk about the pride of black people, and I'll try to do something for my people specifically, unashamedly, just like if it's my family. What'd you do? You just sent your daughter to school and you worked real hard. Be like, sure I did.
Like, and what?
Like, what am I actually supposed to do? I do this for my people. And I think in that sense, we've actually not had a black president. All respect to Mr. Obama, all respect to everybody. But in that particular sense, there's a demographic that would say, yeah, we've not had a black president. Not like that. We don't have a black president like that.